Hello, everybody. I am Chibi Joe, and we are going to continue on with the writer's journey. I appreciate you guys liking the video last week about my opinions of why I love storytelling. We're going to continue on. This is still a bulk thing of fan fiction that I wanted to write. It's definitely interesting going back and really thinking about all the stuff that I had written. We're going to go and do the Blue Exorcist book. This is, I can't remember the exact name, but it meant like, false demon in Latin is what I typed. So demone is probably one of the words, and I don't know what false would be. So, to give you a quick rundown of the main character, his name was Stephen Castle, was his name. I just thought that was a really badass name, so I went with it. There's no, huge thing to it. It was just a really cool name that I liked. So, Stephen Castle, he is from the American Exorcist branch. Because if you guys have watched Blue Exorcist, you know that the Blue Exorcist was the main part of Blue Exorcist was the Japanese branch. And I think a little bit of the English branch was also in there. Like, I think the Paladin resides in England. And, what's her face? The one that taught Yuki was, I think she was also from England. But I could be wrong. She may have been Japanese branch. But anyways, so Stephen Castle's from the American branch. His origins was that he was raised by a mother. I think the father, died. His father died, and his mother found, sanctuary within this cult. And he was born in the care of this cult. And so, they're like, oh shit, we can do something with this. And so there's these beings called false demons. And basically they're demons created by cults. Through blood sacrifice and things of that nature, they can create their own demon. And so Stephen Castle is one of these, and he was given the markings of earth, wind, and fire. Yes, that was a reference. And so he, to finalize the ritual, they had to wait until he was 10 years of age. And they killed his mom and used his mom's blood to finalize the seal. And he waited, he knew he couldn't kill them at that time, but he let them train him and discovered his powers and his limits. And he basically just slaughtered all of them, all of the cults. I think I had him bring up, I had a huge thing with stalactites coming in and stabbing people. I had a huge love for just how that looked in animation. And so that's what I had him do, just all these spikes coming from the ground and just mass executing. And so we then switched to present day, and he's transferred to the Japanese branch. This is before they fought Satan. Maybe not. Maybe it's afterwards, because no one really hated Ren for being a demon. Or half demon. So maybe it was afterwards. At least I don't remember writing where he had problems. But for whatever reason, I had Ren hate this dude because he's you find out he's a false demon. And his back is permanently tattooed with the blood sacrifices that they had to do. and like the markings that they drew on him. Like his back is permanently like seared with this like hellish seal of his powers. And Mephisto is like his dad, not like his dad, but like his his ancestor. So like he has like a little bit of demon blood already in him. It's not much. It's not like he has enough to like show any signs of demon blood. It's just that like his powers are greater because of that little bit of demon blood he has in him. And yeah, I never finished this book. He has a relationship with Izumi, which if you guys haven't watched in a while, she's the one with the 2 fox spirits. He has a relationship with her. And it's my first 18 plus moment I ever written, and I'm not proud of it. It was not written well, which is why if I ever do write where 2 characters have intercourse, I usually just time skip. Like I lead up to the passion of it, and I lead up to like showing that, yeah, they're gonna do this, but I never write it because it's a complicated thing to write. And write with emotion, because that's how I usually write it, is passion. I don't write it with like erotic intent, I guess. I usually try writing it with emotional intent. And it's hard for me to write, so I just don't write it anymore. It's like, I'm not going to learn how to write this better. I'm just going to skip it. So, with that, I had basically where these false demons are just popping up everywhere, along with the ability to summon. And then you find out later on that he had a squad in America who died because he lost control of his powers. And he had all of his team, including his girlfriend, died. Not Izumi. I think I had her named Michelle, was her name. And they died. And it's also my first time playing, quote unquote, playing like copyrighted music. Like he had an AC/DC shirt that he would wear, specifically like the back and black cover. He had, he listened to a lot of classic rock. Yeah, it was very interesting. It was the first time I wrote. I feel like I wrote fan fiction in the way that other people really wrote fan fiction. Like I kind of like felt like my previous attempts at writing fan fiction like kind of stood on their own a little bit. Not like they were like, oh my god, it's so unique. Like not like that. But like I didn't do a lot of the tropes that other fan fictions did. Like some of them I had to, but not all of them. This one felt very trope heavy. And I never finished it, mainly because I didn't know how I was to finish it. I didn't have like a main villain. I didn't have like a motivation for the villains. It was literally just like, yeah, this guy is dealing with this stuff at this moment. Which is a fine story, but it wasn't the story I wanted to write. But for whatever reason, I kept on trying to write that story that I didn't want to write. Would I write this again? Probably. I would really have to rethink everything of like, okay, why are they making false demons? What is the purpose of the false demons? Who is the main bad guy pushing for false demons? There was no connection. Again, it was just like all these people are discovering, oh, we can make our own demons as long as we have a baby to do this with. So, yeah, that was as far as the story went. I would have to think of an actual plot other than this is all happening at this moment. And the fact that like no one knew about false demons was stupid because it's like, yeah, no, they've been doing it for like 20 years. Because I think I have everyone like they're like 18 to 20 years old. So like, which is what I usually wrote after I graduated high school. It's like, I want to write like more adult stuff. Not necessarily sexual, but just in general, I wanted to write more adult stuff. And so I usually made all my characters 18 to 20. And so, yeah, it was, like I said, it was just one of those things where it's like I had no plan. And it showed. I think it was fun. I think False Demons is a really cool concept to do, especially for the Blue Exorcist universe. But nothing came out of it. No plot was actually done. So yeah, that's kind of my answer. Is like I would, but I would really need to take the time to like think like, okay, what can I do with this, if anything. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys have a fantastic day and a stupendous evening. Bye-bye.